Surah 48 FATAH, or victory. Verily we have granted thee a manifest victory, that God may forgive thee thy faults of the past and those to follow, fulfill his favor to thee, and guide thee on the straight way, and that God may help thee with powerful help. It is he who sent down tranquility into the hearts of the believers, that they may add faith to their faith. For to God belong the forces of the heavens and the earth, and God is full of knowledge and wisdom, that he may admit the men and women who believe, to gardens beneath which rivers flow, to dwell therein for aye, and remove their ills from them, and that is, in the sight of God, the highest achievement for man. And that he may punish the hypocrites, men and women, and the polytheists, men and women, who imagine an evil opinion of God. On them is a round of evil, the wrath of God is on them, he has cursed them and got hell ready for them, and evil is it for a destination. For to God belong the forces of the heavens and the earth, and God is exalted in power, full of wisdom. We have truly sent thee as a witness, as a bringer of glad tidings, and as a warner, in order that ye, O men, may believe in God and his apostle, that ye may assist and honor him, and celebrate his praises morning and evening. Verily those who plight their fealty to thee do no less than plight their fealty to God. The hand of God is over their hands. Then any one who violates his oath does so to the harm of his own soul, and any one who fulfills what he has covenanted with God, God will soon grant him a great reward. Section 2. The desert Arabs who lag behind will say to thee, we were engaged in, looking after, our flocks and herds, and our families. Do thou then ask forgiveness for us? They say with their tongues what is not in their hearts. Say, who then has any power at all to intervene on your behalf with God, if his will is to give you some loss or to give you some profit? But God is well acquainted with all that ye do. Nay, ye thought that the apostle and the believers would never return to their families. This seemed pleasing in your hearts, and ye conceived an evil thought, for ye are a people lost in wickedness. And if any believe not in God and his apostle, we have prepared, for those who reject God, a blazing fire. To God belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth. He forgives whom he wills, and he punishes whom he wills. But God is all forgiving, most merciful. Those who lag behind will say, when ye are free to march and take booty and war, permit us to follow you. They wish to change God's decree. Say, not thus will ye follow us. God has already declared this beforehand. Then they will say, but ye are jealous of us. Nay, but little do they understand such things. Say to the desert Arabs who lag behind, ye shall be summoned to fight against the people given to vehement war. Then shall ye fight, or they shall submit. Then if you show obedience, God will grant you a goodly reward. But if you turn back as ye did before, he will punish you with a grievous penalty. No blame is there on the blind, nor is there blame on the lame, nor on one ill, if he joins not the war. But he that obeys God and his apostle, God, will admit him to gardens beneath which rivers flow. And he who turns back, God, will punish him with a grievous penalty. Section 3. God's good pleasure was on the believers when they swore fealty to thee under the tree. He knew what was in their hearts. And he sent down tranquility to them, and he rewarded them with a speedy victory. And many gains will they acquire, besides. And God is exalted in power, full of wisdom. God has promised you many gains that ye shall acquire, and he has given you these beforehand. And he has restrained the hands of men from you, that it may be a sign for the believers, and that he may guide you to a straight path. And other gains there are, which are not within your power, but which God has compassed, and God has power over all things. If the unbelievers should fight you, they would certainly turn their backs. Then would they find neither protector nor helper. Such has been the practice approved of God already in the past. No change wilt thou find in the practice approved of God. And it is he who has restrained their hands from you and your hands from them in the midst of Mecca. After that he gave you the victory over them. And God sees well all that ye do. They are the ones who denied revelation and hindered you from the sacred mosque and the sacrificial animals, detained from reaching their place of sacrifice. Had there not been believing men and believing women whom ye did not know that ye were trampling down, and on whose account a crime would have accrued to you without your knowledge, God would have allowed you to force your way. But he held back your hands, that he may admit to his mercy whom he will. If they had been apart, we should certainly have punished the unbelievers among them with a grievous punishment. While the unbelievers got up in their hearts heat and cant, the heat and cant of ignorance, God sent down his tranquility to his apostle and to the believers, and made them stick close to the command of self-restraint. And well were they entitled to it and worthy of it. And God has full knowledge of all things. Section 4. Truly did God fulfill the vision for his apostle. Ye shall enter the sacred mosque, if God wills, with minds secure, head shaved, hair cut short, and without fear. For he knew what ye knew not, and he granted, besides this, a speedy victory. It is he who has sent his apostle with guidance and the religion of truth, to proclaim it over all religion, and enough is God for a witness. Muhammad is the apostle of God, and those who are with him are strong against unbelievers, but compassionate amongst each other. Thou wilt see them bow and prostrate themselves in prayer, seeking grace from God and his good pleasure. On their faces are their marks, being the traces of their prostration. This is their similitude in the Torah, and their similitude in the gospel is like a seed which sends forth its blade, then makes it strong, it then becomes thick, and it stands on its own stem, filling the sowers with wonder and delight. As a result, it fills the unbelievers with rage at them. God has promised those among them who believe and do righteous deeds forgiveness and a great reward.